Welcome to the IELTS doubt clearing session. Today, let us look into 10 of the most common IELTS writing doubts that students ask. Welcome to the session. The first question: how many questions are there in the IELTS writing module? In the IELTS writing module, you will have two tasks or two questions. You will have to write either a letter or a report and an essay. Next question: is there any difference between IELTS General and IELTS Academic? Yes, there is. In the IELTS General, for the writing task 1, you will have to come up with a letter, and for the academic, you will have to come up with a report. The IELTS writing task 2 is similar for IELTS General and Academic. The third question: how is the IELTS writing assessed? To assess the IELTS writing, there are 4 criteria. So you'll have to understand all the 4 criteria and write an essay that satisfies all the criteria. Now, what are the 4 criteria? So you have task achievement for writing task 1 and task response for essay writing, which basically means how clear your ideas or your answers are. The second criteria is both for report writing, letter writing, and for essay writing you have CC, that is coherence and cohesion. Yes, so it basically means how logical your answers are. Is there flow to your answer? The third criteria is LR or lexical resource, which basically means the vocabulary, the words that you use. And finally, the fourth criteria is, as you must have guessed by now, it is GRA, grammar. But it is not just grammar, but grammar, range and accuracy. So you should have a clarity on what do you mean by the range, what do you mean by accuracy. All right. The next question is, do you get random questions for IELTS writing? I think this is the most asked question for IELTS writing. Now, you're not going to get random questions, but you should be prepared. You should be prepared. Now, let's take the case of IELTS writing task 1, letter writing. So, in letter writing, there are 3 types of letters that you should be familiar with, and you should be familiar with 7 types of report writing that they could ask. And finally, for the essay writing part, you should be familiar with 5 different types of essay writing, and around 22 topics are asked for the essays. So these are not that random. If you are not prepared, then it could be random. And 6th question: what is the difference between essay writing in IELTS and the one you did in the university? Well, the major difference would be, in the university, you would be getting marks just based on the points that you write. But for IELTS, points are definitely mandatory, but it's not just the points, it is more than the points. You will have to take into account how clearly you can write, whether your essay has flow, whether you are able to write more than 250 words. So many criteria are taken into account while you write the IELTS essay, but it is not so in the IELTS. It is not so in the university. Should we learn grammar? There is no doubt about that. You have to learn grammar, but it's not all the grammar that you have learned in school, but there are 14, exactly speaking, there are 14 topics that you have to master if you want to come up with a decent IELTS report, letter or essay. And the 8th question: How do you prepare for the IELTS writing, or how to improve your writing? Again, this is one of the most commonly asked questions amongst the students. Well, the answer is you have to practice according to the criteria and get feedback from an experienced trainer like myself. Okay. Now, the next question: what are the most frequent errors that IELTS test takers make? So, the most common errors that they make are with regard to grammar. Okay, the grammatical errors are the most common. Then the test taker could also make incorrect word usages, spelling errors, then lack of valid points, and the content should have a flow. So these are some of the common mistakes that students or test takers make. Now finally, you have, from where do you get sample questions? So first of all, you can contact me for sample questions and to get a proper feedback. Otherwise, you can get your questions from ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to generate the most common questions and answers. So that's it for today. Thank you. Now, if you become our subscriber, then you would have access to the official tips, tricks, techniques, and strategies explained in a simple way by me. These have produced results for so many students down the years. All the best to you. Good luck.